Snapped more than the ball? We've got specialists for that. Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. ORLIN & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
From Cold Spring Harbor High School, it is one of the most anticipated events of the school calendar, the Nassau Division II Wrestling Championships, and it's all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. A special thanks to our sponsor today, ORLIN & Cohen. They proudly support Section 8 athletics. They feature a team of board-certified, fellowship-trained orthopedic subspecialists, as well as in-house advanced diagnostic imaging, neuromuscular testing, pain management, physical rehabilitation, and occupational therapy. Well, a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler alongside. When he's wearing his regular hat, he's the Massapequa head coach, but he's a former All-American wrestler at Baldwin. Kevin, it is Valentine's Day, so I don't know if you had on your bingo card to spend it with me, but certainly being here, County Wrestling Championships, I know it holds a special place in your heart.
Yeah, thank you, first of all, for having me back for my third year. It's always nice to be here with this mat and these guys wrestling. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of love on this mat. We're going to crown some county champions and get guys up to the state tournament, so it should be exciting.
Absolutely, and it will be. And there are some former champions, right? Let's take a look at that bracket and show you some of the guys who are returning champions. And there you see in the picture, that's Connor Murphy, a two-time champion already. So that is really impressive. Won it last year at 124. You see Colton Friedman as well, who won it at 101. Brendan Fox from Seaford. And the hometown favorite, if you will, right? Devin Palizzi as well. So certainly a special honor to win it once. But when you're a guy like Murphy, you're going for your third, that is rarefied air. Absolutely. Anytime you can defend a championship, not just once but twice, and going for your third title, which Connor's going for today, you put yourself in elite company. So we'll see what happens today with him. We have the Parade of Champions here, and they're introducing our finalists. We'll send it to the PA for those announcements now.
Yoloa. At 144 pounds from Cold Spring Harbor, a junior. This season he was 27-7. Overall, 96-32. Second place in the Uniondale tournament this year. Second place in the Manhasset 2025 County Champ. Two-time All-County, Devin Pelisi. And from North Shore, a
Kevin, love the pomp and circumstance that comes with the county finals. We'll see it tomorrow at Hofstra as well. The lights will dim, and you'll have the Parade of Champions. And for these guys to have to kind of go through the rigors that they have, they earn that kind of center stage, if you will.
Absolutely. This is the postseason. This is where all their hard work they've been doing for the past few months has come to fruition, not just in this tournament, but the state tournament in 2 weeks. And it's good to recognize them. And here's some outstanding accomplishments, which these kids are very decorated, and they've worked hard for us. They deserve it.
So we'll start at 103 pounds. We take a look at the bracket. You've got Yanni Papadatos from Island Trees, Declan Mueller from Locust Valley, the 1 versus 2. Let's get it on. A couple of 8th graders here on the mat.
Yeah, at these lighter weights, you usually see younger kids, 8th graders, sometimes 7th graders. You know, if they teams can't fill the spot, so it's not uncommon to see middle schoolers at these weights.
Papadatos from Island Trees, the number 1 seed, 51-19 overall record, 31-8 this year.
A snap down there to the spin by Papadatos. He's got the takedown.
So first points go to the freshman from Island Trees.
Yeah, he gave him kind of an intentional release there. He must feel pretty comfortable on his feet there, Papadatos. Oh.
Look at this, a quick
Nice
turn.
little shrug there by Mueller. He's going to score there. He's got the takedown. He's looking for back points here. Papadatos has to do a better job getting to his belly here. He's able to do that.
Yeah, 4-3 early on as we have an injury stoppage here. Good recovery there by Mueller from Locust Valley. As you mentioned, gets the escape, gets the 3 points for the takedown, and he's got the 4-3 lead early on here.
Yeah, you can never relax. You know, Papadatos might have been on his heels a little bit there. You know, you got a nice takedown, intentional release, and then Mueller, to his credit, came right back after him and looking to score points. This is what you want to see. You want to see action out there.
Island Trees, as a team, reached the dual meet finals, losing to Seaford there. Close one, 35-32. And in that, Yanni was one of those who had a big win, beat Connor Hanley 20-5 in those dual meet championships. These two, though, have not met this year.
Papadatos trying to get to his feet here. Mueller looks like a little bit of a cradle there. Now he's got the wrist trap through the crotch here.
Final 30 seconds of period number 1.
Now he's got an armbar. It's a pinning combination. He can look to score, but he's got to get some more pressure forward. Now looking for a cradle. Good defense by Papadatos there. He's got to get a foot out, get to his feet here. Mueller's riding very, very tough.
And you see Papadatos trying to get out of bounds, and Mueller just pulling him back in. As long as Mueller still has a foot in, this is live action.
Right. All they need is 1 foot, which is, I think, is a great rule change. Yeah, really incites action and lets the kids wrestle.
So 6 seconds left in this first period.
Mueller here is going to want to try to ride him out. He's got to have a good breakdown off the whistle. Papadatos has got to try to beat him to get his first move off the whistle.
And that'll do it for the first period. It was Papadatos early, and then Mueller responding. Mueller's has the 4-3 lead. Overall record for Declan Mueller, Locust Valley, 26-21, 18-8 this year.
Papadatos picked neutral, wants to wrestle on his feet. So I think it was a good decision. Mueller had a good ride on him at the end of the first period there. See if he can open it up here. A single leg attempt. Good defense by Mueller.
You can see on the other ring too, or the other mat, there's some of the wrestlebacks, 3 more points on the takedown.
Yeah, nice defense on that shot. Papadopoulos tried a little duck there, but he wasn't able to get his head up, and they stayed on his knees too long, so the Muller was able to just drive him right over there. Solid positioning from Muller. Papadopoulos has to clear that overleg ride there. He does so, and see if he can get to a sit out here. He's got to get his head up as Coach Shaver in the corner is yelling. That's a little roll there. Now he's good action there by Papadopoulos. He rolled and then stepped over there.
Yeah, he gets 2 for the reversal.
See what he can do on top now.
If you are in the Papadopoulos family, you love it because you've got your 2 boys in back-to-back county finals, right?
Absolutely, and the father is a former head wrestling coach at Hofstra, wrestled there himself, big wrestling name.
So those are the bloodlines right there.
Yeah, also wrestled for Island Trees himself. So wrestling is a big-time family sport, as we're seeing here. He's got an armbar here. He's going to look to run it. He's in good position. He's trying to collapse that far wrist. He's in great position here. Doesn't have a lot of time. Muller doing a good job sitting away, fighting through that pressure. Got 10 seconds here. I'm going to try to force it here at the end.
And that'll do it for the second. Still the lead for Muller heading into these final few minutes.
It's like Muller's choosing neutral here too. Takedown for Papadopoulos will put him in the lead. See what happens.
Which I think was literally the same thing that Coach Shaver just mentioned to him.
He's got to clear out of this front headlock position. Watch his elbows high. Oh, nice drag out here. See if he can secure the takedown. He's got the 3. Muller had weight on his hands there. Papadopoulos got to get his hips up. Muller comes across for the reversal.
Usually get a lot of action, right, with lower weights.
Absolutely. They fly around. They do a great job.
So you had the takedown for Papadopoulos, and then you had the reversal for Muller, who's got the 1-point lead.
And believe it or not, he's still in control here. The ref hasn't signaled. Now he's calling reversal for Papadopoulos.
So 2 for him, which gives him the lead now inside the final minute.
Great action here. And try to drive him out. And Papadopoulos is still maintaining control. Great match.
Yeah, 56 seconds remaining. And if Muller can get the escape, we're tied at 10.
Nice collapse the elbow. He's looking for that armbar again. See if he can get it. He doesn't need to turn him, but he's got to apply pressure and a good ride here, which he's doing real well. Muller's got to get his arm free. He's got to get that hand on the mat and get his head up.
30 seconds.
Get his hips up on top. Muller's trying to collapse that arm. If he gets his arm across, we got Papadopoulos going to be in trouble. He's trying to do, and now he's going to come through for the 2. And back points here.
Wow. The tides have turned for Declan Muller. And there's your back points. Give him 3 more. 14-10.
Just going to collapse that wrist, catch the wrist. And we got our first county champ. Great match, though.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Declan Muller, a county champion for the first time at 103 pounds.
Both guys battled hard there. Great match all the way to literally the last 20 seconds.
So we head to 110 now. And we stay in the Papadopoulos family. Apostoli, the number 2 seed, taking on Colden Friedman, the number 1 seed out of Seaford. Friedman 54-20, overall 29-8. One of those returning champions beat Luke Warzel from Plain Edge last year. Sudden victory at 101.
All right, so he's been here before. He's had the experience, so that should help him in this type of match here.
Also a year ago was named the Ted Peterson Champion of Champions, which is a prestigious honor, certainly, and there's our first point scored.
You don't really see lightweights do upper body. They hit double underhooks and kind of just threw Papadatos by. You usually see that with the bigger guys. So it's interesting to see that type of technique with the lighter guys.
So Friedman gets 3 for the takedown, and now
Yeah, blood time.
Yeah, blood time, which will give us a chance. Maybe we look back at that bracket again to kind of see how these guys got here. And there you see Friedman pinning Justine Lopez in that 1-4. Also pinned Bill Morano before that, and Apostoli knocking off Jack Basner from Wheatley. That also by pin. So both of these guys getting to this final via pinfall.
Yep. You see, that shows that they're aggressive. Anytime you can pin somebody and force them against their will to their back and hold them there, that shows that you're aggressive and you're looking to score points, and that's the ultimate goal in the wrestling match.
So Friedman, the 3-0 lead.
Friedman very physical for a lightweight. He likes to use his upper body. You can tell by the way he's riding, very tough on top. Papadatos having a hard time building his base here.
In the dual meets, Friedman beat Papadatos 11-0.
Hopefully Papadatos has learned something. He's got great coaches with Damian Garcia and Rob Shaver, formerly of Plain Edge, who's now back at his alma mater at Island Trees, helping Damian out. So two great, outstanding coaches. I'm sure they've helped him along the way.
He's got the arm bar trying to turn him.
Freeman's just very physical for a 110-pounder. You can just tell.
Some back points.
Papadatos wants to try to bridge through here. Try to create some motion here so his shoulders don't go to the mat. He's trying to bridge here. Good job by Papadatos to hold his shoulder up. See if he can punch that left arm through. If he can bridge and punch that left arm through, he'll be okay.
Final 14 seconds. Can he hang on? So 4, the number for the back point. So 7-0 lead for Friedman. That's the end of the quarter, or end of the period, I should say. Kevin, when you face an opponent for a second time, and this was just recently in the dual meets, and if you're Papadatos and you didn't even score against Friedman, is that a mental thing, or do you try not to even think about that first matchup?
Well, you try not to think about it too much. You want to learn from your mistakes. The biggest thing is you want to get better with every competition. And that's what I know his coaches are telling him, and you want to learn from your mistakes, but still continue to do what you do, and try to right the ship, so to say, and just go out there and try to score points. That's the bottom line.
And Friedman continues to be the aggressor.
Yeah, you can just tell with Friedman the way he wrestles. He has a lot of experience, maturity, strength, as we've seen.
He had the 2 points for the reversal. So a comfortable 9-0 lead.
Yeah, but I give Papadatos credit. He is not giving up. He is fighting out there just like his brother did.
He's got a problem here, though.
Yeah, Friedman's just, he's a workhorse on top. No shame in it, though.
Inside the final minute.
What Friedman wants to do here is he's a little high. He wants to try to get chest on chest with the half Nelson here. He's getting close to a technical fall, which is 15 points superiority.
After the 4 points for that near fall. So 13-0, 2 points away. And while they're wrestling individually, those extra points you can get for a tech fall or a pin, and there it is. The 2 points needed, and Colden Friedman, a county champion yet again. Congratulations to Colden.
Great job, just excellent technical, physical. He's going to do some damage upstate, that's for sure.
We head to 118 now, and again, the top two advanced. Joel Diaz from Seaford and his wrestling partner, Jake Wilhelm, there as well. Both from Seaford. I can't imagine if you are the Seaford coaches, you're proud of you guys both getting there, but I think you never want to see those two guys face off against each other.
It's bittersweet because one of them has to lose, but the Taxaris brothers are as good as it gets. They've been there a long time. They understand the sport, and they know that they can't really coach out there. They kind of have to let the kids decide it, and it's a shame. Hopefully, both of them will get to the state tournament. It's gonna, like I said, it's bittersweet.
What I was wondering is which of the twins is going to head over to the other chairs, or do you both stay together?
You could go to opposite chairs, or you could just stay in one corner and have the kids come over to you. It's tough, It's good and it's bad, because one of them has to lose, but it's also great for your program too. It shows the strength of Seaford's program, which they are perennial powerhouse, Division II.
And to that point, they won the dual meet championship this year, and Wilhelm was a big part of that. A pin by him, Brendan Fox, who we'll see later. That started a run of 7 consecutive matches that Seaford won in that 35-32 win over second-seeded Island Trees. Brock Conway ended up sealing the win with a pin as well. So it was the Vikings' 3rd county title, first since 2023, and their 5th appearance in the final since 2019.
Yeah, just an outstanding program, top to bottom. Diaz, you can see, very physical as well, strong. And then you can see with the armbar and a half on Wilhelm, he's looking to end it early.
And now when you're the wrestlers, though, like, you are so familiar with each other. I mean, you're literally in the room every single day.
Absolutely, and you know everyone's strengths and weaknesses. Usually when two teammates are wrestling each other, it's a close match. Obviously, Diaz is getting the better of Wilhelm right now. But they're only going to make each other better. That's the way it goes. If you have real good partners and a real good team, that's how you become successful, like the whole team has with Seaford.
And there is the finish for Diaz, his 94th overall win. And after finishing 2nd last year at 108, he is a county champion. So we head now to 126, and we just mentioned him, right? Brendan Fox, a big part of that Seaford dual meet county championship, taking on Moses Morales out of Carl Place. This one will be slightly delayed. Again, we mentioned across the way some of those wrestlebacks. So I think the officials here, they want to kind of start things at the same time, and that's what they'll do now.
Yeah, I think that has to do with the true second. So if the 3rd place wrestler did not wrestle the 2nd place finisher, they wrestle each other after this round to determine who the true second is, and ultimately goes to the state tournament.
So Fox from Seaford, the junior overall record, 68-29. One of those returning champions beat Nick Gerbazy out of Plain Edge last year, 11-8, to win the title at 116.
Yeah, experience really plays a huge factor. If you've been here, you've been in a county championship before, you've been up to the state tournament before, which is a totally different experience. It says a lot for the wrestlers, and they use that to help them in their future goals and the future tournaments. You can't really put a price on that.
Fox's guy also finished 4th at 126, the Manhasset Invitational this year. Had a big win, a big pin, we just mentioned it before, over Xavier Lopez in 541 as part of that dual meet championship. Also had a tech fall, 17-1 over Xavier Lopez back in a dual meet on January 16th. Back in 2024, finished 3rd here at 108.
You can see, like, when they start, they place and then they win. It's a nice progression that the kids want to see. It shows that their hard work is paying off. That's what the coaches want to see, that the work that they're putting in, not just in season but in the off season, it's paying dividends for them. You know, like this tournament, it's great. You want to win this tournament. It's a qualifier for the end tournament, which is the state tournament. You want to place there. You want to try to win there. But it's nice to see the progression for all these wrestlers.
When we look at Moses Morales out of Carl Place, a sophomore, 43 and 18 overall record, 17 and 8 this year. Maybe one of his biggest wins was a major decision, 16-6 over Lucas Metaxas out of Wheatley. That was in a dual meet back on December 13th.
Yeah, you got to be good wrestlers to get here, to get to this point. You know, you could throw the records out the door. You know, if you're here at this point, this is where you want to be. This is where all the hard work, you know, comes to fruition, and you know, you want to be in it to win it at the end, and he's here.
Well, we have an opportunity. Let's go back. Let's take a look at the bracket again and maybe dive a little bit deeper into how these guys got here. You see Fox pinning Gunnar Melendez from Cold Spring Harbor, and then a pin over Sean Mahoney from Island Trees. Excuse me, a technical fall. You see the 15-0 score on the top of your screen, and then Morales getting a pin in the quarters, and then with a 15-3 decision over Nick Carino from Island Trees.
It seems like both these guys haven't been tested yet, so this should be good. You know, you want, you know, good matches. You want good opponents so you can test yourself, see where your skills are at, learn from it, and go back to the room and get better and improve on it. That's what it's all about, getting better every single time you're out there on the mat, trying to score points, you know, wrestling free and, you know, doing what you do.
As a programming reminder, we'll also have the Nassau D1 Championships tomorrow at Hofstra, which is always, it's a terrific venue, certainly, right, for the sport. I love those days back, I'm dating myself now, but maybe 10 years or so ago when you had both Nassau and Suffolk, their finals at Hofstra, the two mats going. That was, I mean, that place was packed out. It will be packed tomorrow as well. And a lot of guys you're certainly very familiar with, those dual sport football, wrestling guys, and what a season it has been for Massapequa wrestling as well. Not only winning the Nassau duels, but then also going upstate and winning that as well.
Yeah, it's been a great year for Massapequa wrestling, and you know, just to echo what you were saying when about 10 years ago when they had the Suffolk and Nassau championships side by side, that was awesome. There wasn't an empty seat anywhere, and it was you know, back and forth, great matches on both sides. You know, it's something that wish we could do again, but Suffolk has their tournament. You know, we have ours, but it was the one time it was there, it was outstanding. It was a great wrestling event.
I love it too, because for those you have the county mats, right? So you had the two different, right? Section 11 mat, the Section 8 mat.
Yeah.
It was outstanding.
Yeah, Suffolk has their blue and white mat, and we have our green mat. You know, it's great.
But now the simultaneous ones are, as you mentioned, right, for wrestleback, the true seconds. And that's what's still happening on that far mat.
Yeah, the wrestlebacks, that's like the person who comes in third is the toughest kid in the weight class, because that's the one who's already lost and then, you know, doesn't give up, comes back through the backside of the bracket and, you know, finds a way to dig it out and get third. You know, you learn a lot in this sport, and, you know, not everyone can get to the finals. You know, it says a lot to the kid's mental toughness to come back and take a third.
All right, so
and maybe a true second.
Yeah, for sure. All right, finally ready here for the 126-pound final. Fox from Seaford and Morales from Carl Place.
Both guys stuck in an ear-to-ear position, not going to get much offense in that position now. Fox looking to come inside with his left hand, inside control. Now he can get to his offense. Morales looks like he wants to try a little Russian armbar there, but he clears out.
Kind of an early feeling out process here.
Yeah, it looks like both guys are extremely strong. You can tell that. They want to hold position here. Can't really do much from an ear-to-ear position here. It's very hard to get your leg attacks off, so we've got to create space here and look to move the other guy.
No scoring yet.
We're going to look for these guys to open up. Don't be so close to each other. Maybe shoot from space. Get their motions going. Looks like Morales, he likes to An unorthodox hold there. It's called a Russian armbar. Trying to control Fox that way. Fox getting a little bit more on his offense here. But he's still stuck in ear to ear. It's very hard to score from that position. You can see Fox is moving in his left hand there.
Final 30 seconds of the first period.
Definitely feeling each other out. Yeah, both these guys are trying to shoot, but they're ear to ear. They're locked in there. It's very hard to get an attack off.
And unlike some of the previous matches, no familiarity, at least in terms of a competitive bout between these two.
That could be the case. They haven't wrestled each other before. They're trying to, you know, feel each other out, like we've said, and you know, it's extremely hard though to score from that ear to ear position.
So the decision made, or it was deferred to the Morales won the toss, deferred it to the third, and then Fox picks down, wants to get the escape point at least and get something on the board.
Absolutely, to his feet, which is the first part. Getting out is the other part.
As they are both out of bounds.
Fox wants to try to stay in the middle here if he gets to his feet, trying to push back into Morales. Let Morales push him up. Now he's potentially dangerous there by referee Dion Visconti. Morales he was trying to put a leg in there, cross body ride.
I'm glad you mentioned the officials, some of the best here.
Absolutely. Fox wants to stay on his feet here. Morales has to return him or he's going to get hit for a stall call, which is what he's got right there.
As they both go out of bounds.
Morales has, when a wrestler comes to his feet, Morales, or whoever the top wrestler is, has 5 seconds to try to return him. Otherwise, he will get hit for a stall call. If he gets hit with 2 stall calls, that's a point.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the warning. So now the next one would result in a point. And again, there's the potential injury, and there is.
What happened there is Morales had already had a potentially dangerous for putting a leg in. He did it again, which is avoiding wrestling. So that's why Dion Visconti gave him another stall and consequently a point for Fox.
I know, again, if Fox can get the
If he does this again, he's going to hit it again. Now we call it potentially dangerous, but Morales should know that he can't do that. He's got to try to return him.
And what you like, too, with the officials, it's the conversation, like explaining it, obviously on this kind of stage.
Absolutely. You want to make sure you get it right. So you can always ask the assistant official what he thinks, too. Sometimes they have a conference if it's close. Yeah, but you definitely, at this point, you want to make sure you get every call right.
But also make it clear to the wrestlers.
Yes. Morales has a cross-body ride in. This is a very effective ride. He's trying to crank over on a half Nelson here. Now he's got a half Nelson in a very tight position here. But Fox, you can see, is really studying out there. He's not going to be turned. See if he can get to his feet here.
Yeah.
He's got to clear his wrist, which he does. Now he wants to try to kick away from him here. He doesn't want to go back into him. But Morales has to try to finish this. He can't just hang on the leg here. He's going to get hit for a stall again because he's technically in control.
Inside the final 30 seconds.
You might see a stalemate here if he doesn't want to call for a stall.
So a tough spot for Morales because if you let him go, then it's the escape point, and if you keep
he wants to hang on now with 10 seconds. His coaches are telling him that, but he's got to try to return him. He can't just hold on to the leg because he's in control.
And fortunate there for Morales. And again, you remember Morales won that coin toss, deferred, and now he'll take bottom, trying to even this match up.
Morales tries to sit out. Fox brings him back to his side. Now he's flat. Now he's got to get his knee up under him. See what Fox can do from top. Looks like Morales wants to try a roll here. He's trying to trap the arm. Fox has to stay under the arms here. That's what you want to do when you're on top. Good pressure being put on by Fox. Morales kind of just basing out there.
So that's that second, right?
Interesting call there, yeah. Morales down by 1, but he wasn't really trying to present himself, trying to get out. I think it was the right call.
So you had the stall warning already. Now the penalty, 2-0 the lead for Fox. It is certainly in Morales' best interest here to try to get up and try to get an escape.
And the next one, if he gets called for stalling, is 2 points, because it'll be his third.
Great job by Fox.
Yeah, Morales created space there. He's creating action, but he can't finish. And now he's reaching back over the leg, which is not what you want to do here. Fox has to come under his arm here. He's trying to cross face, but he's got an overleg ride there with his left. Morales has to get back to that sit out, but it's going to be tough. He's flat on his belly. He might get called for stalling again.
Not a lot of time here from Morales, 30 seconds.
He's got that, you see Fox has that overleg ride with his left foot here. That's neutralizing Morales' right leg here.
You could hear the call from the coaches on a cross face.
Good job by Fox.
Yeah, and for a second straight year, Brendan Fox is a county champion. Winning this one 2-0. We head to 132, and we mentioned before about returning county champions. That's exactly what Connor Murphy is. A year ago, pinned John Mignanelli from Island Trees in 319 to win the title at 124, won 108 the year before, taking on James Panetta, the 2 seed out of Oyster Bay. Both of these guys having an excellent season. When you get to the 25-26 win part of for a year, that's pretty solid stuff.
Solid year, solid year. It's like Murphy likes to operate from space, which is definitely different from the last match where they were ear to ear. But had a good stance here, likes to wrestle on his knee.
Murphy, the senior, 95-33 overall. He is a senior.
Looking to get that 100 win mark.
Yeah. And Albany is a nice place to do that.
Absolutely. Going to make a sign, bring it out on the mat. Everyone can see it and cheer for you.
And Panetta, just a sophomore, and you figure he'll get to that 100 wins, already 70 in his career.
Wow. Yeah, these kids get so many matches with all the tournaments and opportunities to wrestle. It's great.
This year, Panetta finished 4th at 126 pounds at the Ted Peterson Invitational. We just saw Moses Morales, right? Panetta beat him 5-3 in a dual meet back on December 17th.
Murphy trying an underhook there. Panetta cleared out of that, so we'll see if we can get a takedown here before we close out the first period.
We mentioned something similar a few matches ago. It's that feeling out process, cat and mouse, inside the final 30 seconds of the first period.
Yeah, it looks like Murphy, he likes to operate from space, doesn't like to tie up as close, which is another strategy that these kids develop. Everyone's different with their style. There's low ankle there, nice shot from space.
And those are the first points scored on the takedown. 3 points for Murphy as he'll take the lead heading into the second.
You wonder there if that was he got in pretty easily and took Panetta down. If he was waiting, for the last 15, 10 seconds to score, so we knew that Panetta wouldn't get out. That's a strategy as well. Let's see if, since he scored so easy, let's see if he opens it up in the second period here.
So Murphy trying to get the escape, gets up to his feet pretty quickly. And there it is.
See if he opens up here. Looks like that's what he's trying to do here. Looks a little more confident. There's another low ankle shot. He's got his head in between. He's got to try to circle to the back or try to lift up between the legs. He's got two options. Looks like he's trying to circle. Trying to get that right elbow to the mat. Circle and step over that leg that he's got trapped there. Panetta doing a nice job of squaring up. But now Murphy has his right elbow to the mat. See if he can step over and then capture the far ankle. He's going to score. Great technique.
Yeah, 3 more, another takedown, a 7-0 lead for Connor Murphy, the 2-time county champion.
So, you know, he's had that experience upstate, so he's going up there for some hardware, that's for sure.
I've been to some cold places before, but February in Albany is about as cold as it gets.
Yes, especially if it's snowing up there, which it does most of the time up there at this time, and you're walking from the hotel to the arena, which is a little bit of a walk.
Yeah, I know it well.
It's nice when you're winning. Not so much if you've lost. Good roll there, Panetta. See if he can create some scoring opportunity.
But if you haven't experienced the tournament up there in Albany, it is unbelievable. They pack out that arena.
Best wrestlers in the state, many of them ranked in the country. Some of them tops in the country from around the state. You know, New York is known as a very, very strong high school wrestling state. Very, very respected across the country.
So the second period ends, and Murphy, with the escape point and the takedown, extends his lead to 7-0 as Panetta chooses neutral.
Yeah, he's losing 7-0. If he goes down, you know, he hasn't really escaped from Murphy, so this is probably his best chance. His thinking here, talking about Panetta should be nothing to lose, let it fly. See if you can catch Murphy in a big move. But Murphy, he's a gamer, he's experienced. It's going to be very hard to do. Another low ankle shot, nice from space.
In some ways, you almost wish that the Murphy-Mignanelli thing continued on in the counties, because in addition to the D2s last year, they faced off in the dual meet championships where Murphy won 4-0. Mignanelli won in a dual meet January 16th. So those two have had a nice rivalry going. We will, though, see Mignanelli coming up next.
See if Murphy can get his right arm out. He's got to get his right arm out around Panetta's waist. If he will, if he can do that, he will score the points there. Oh, stalemate by the referee, Matt Gaynor. Good call there. No, action wasn't improving.
So inside the final minute now. Panetta, out of necessity, tries to shoot, but again, Murphy with the response.
Yeah, Murphy he's got great head, hands, defense. Now he's got the ankle trapped here. He's just got to drive in, which is what he does, and scores.
Yeah, 3 more, another takedown. Murphy now 10-0.
See if he continues to try to score, or he tries to coast this one out.
Yeah, he's 5 points away from a technical fall, but it looks like he's going to put it in cruise control here. Takes a look at the clock, sees 10 seconds. Big smile on his face, realizing what is to come in these next 4 seconds.
Yeah, no action there, so they just want to give him a fresh start. They actually hit Murphy with a stall call there. 4 seconds.
He will take that. As Connor Murphy make it 3 county championships. Win number 96.
96.
Heading up to Albany, looking to make it 100. Congratulations to Connor Murphy. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Nassau D2 Championships on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Snap more than the ball? We've got specialists for that. Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. ORLIN and Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Back here at Cold Spring Harbor, Dylan Butler, Kevin Shipos, our entire varsity media crew. Time for 138. It'll be John Mignanelli. We just spoke about him from Island Trees. Jonathan Yoloa from Oyster Bay. A ton of experience for Mignanelli. We mentioned in the last match losing to Connor Murphy in the D2 final back in 2023. Won D2 at 102 via a pin over Kevin Cusker from Island Trees.
Right, another one's a lot of experience, looking to get back to that state tournament, get some hardware up there on the podium. Great shot by Iloa, just great defense by Mignanelli. Good hit hands. Countered him nicely.
Mignanelli 89 and 45 overall for the senior. As we have the an injury time here, which gives us a chance to take a look at the bracket, see how these guys got here. You see Mignanelli putting in the work, technical fall over James Frank, and then the win over Harold Warren in the semifinals via pinfall just at the very end of that match. And then Yolo at the bottom of your screen, a pin, and then a tech fall as well. So similar kind of ways to get here to the final.
Yeah, just domination. A lot of points on the board, 17-0, 15-0. They're going out there and they're getting after it. They're not satisfied with winning 2-1, 3-2. Fans don't want to see that. Coaches don't want to see that. I want to see points on the board, which is great. They're letting it fly and they're executing their techniques, which is great at this point. You don't want to see anybody wrestling, tight and nervous. You want to kind of let it fly, because this is where, like we said, this is where all your hard work and your practice comes to fruition. You want to see it go.
It looks like they're working on Yoloa's.
Looks like his knee.
His right knee.
He's got a brace on it already. Hopefully he can continue.
But Mignanelli, 89-45 overall, 31-13 this season. A guy who finished 6th at 138 pounds at the 60th annual Murphy Juki-owned Shoreline Classic. Finished 2nd at the Ted Peterson Invitational. And then there's a look of the other side, as it's got to be difficult for, well, he will give it a go.
He's hobbling a little bit.
Yoloa.
Give him credit, see.
I was going to say that. He's a senior. He's worked his way to get to this final. He doesn't want to have to go out via an injury.
He couldn't even defend that.
Yeah, 3-point takedown.
Injury, unfortunately, is part of all sports, but wrestling, your knees, your elbows, your shoulders, they get twisted in ways they're not used to going. It's unfortunate, but it's part of the sport.
Yoloa, great season in his senior year, 19-6 on the year. We showed you Harold Warren, who made the semifinals on the other side, losing to Mignanelli. Well, Yoloa also with a win over him, 5-4 in a dual meet back on January 16th. He also finished 3rd at the Hank Paris Memorial at Bethpage in December.
Mignanelli trying a little tilt here. He's got to be careful his hips don't get too low. Now he's got his hips back on top. He's got to try to get out to the side here and work a pinning combination. Stall warning on Yoloa. Now he's looking for a cradle here. He's got to be careful for his head.
So that takedown early by Mignanelli, the only point scored as of yet. And Ulloa kind of stretching out, trying to stretch out that knee.
Good explosion there by Mignanelli. Got to get his hands clear away. Trying to push back on his hips. Ulloa's trying to get his hips in. Trying to have a mat return here. Another stall call.
And that'll be a point. So 4-0 for Mignanelli.
He should just intentionally release him now because he's going to get called again if he doesn't try, which he does.
So there's the escape point as well. 5-0 the lead for Mignanelli.
Nice shot, double leg there, cuts across.
And 3 more for the takedown.
Yeah, Mignanelli, he wrestles with a lot of confidence, you could tell. He's been here before. He's got a lot of experience, and this is not the end for him. He wants to try to get on that podium up at the state tournament in a couple weeks. He's got a cradle locked up again, but he's got to be careful that he doesn't have his head down. Good job by Ulloa breaking the grip.
Inside the final minute now.
Ulloa's got to try to get his head up and his knees underneath him. It's going to be hard because Mignanelli has an overleg ride with his left heel here.
He'll get the escape point as they both go out of bounds. So put one on the board for Ulloa with 34 seconds left in this period. And Kevin, too, like, look, Mignanelli knows, right? He sees the brace and he knows the injury timeout. It's part of the reality of the sport, though, right? Like, you've got to try to attack that situation.
Yeah, I was just thinking before that, can Ulloa get an attack off? You know, if that's his penetration, knees got to hit the mat in order to take Mignanelli down. Can he do that? But another nice shot by Mignanelli. See if they stay in bounds. Oh,
they do.
Great hips by Ulloa.
He gets 3 for the takedown.
Right back in it.
And that's how the second period ends. So right at the very end, what seemed like it was going to be a one-sided match for Mignanelli, all of a sudden, Ulloa's like a takedown away from making a one-point game.
That's why you wrestle every minute out there. You wrestle whistle to whistle. Ulloa's got to get to his feet and get an escape here. Every second's crucial.
They're really impressed with Ulloa, just the warrior mentality that he has.
Tough kid.
And he gets that point.
Takedown ties it now, Dylan. Yeah. See what happens. Now Ulloa is controlling the mat. His butt's to the middle. That's going to favor with the official here. You might see a stall call on Mignanelli. See if Ulloa can get a takedown off. Nice shot. Got to get his knees up, head up, chest up. Good defense by Mignanelli. He's got the overleg again. He's going to get score. There's your score.
Yeah, so 3 there for the takedown.
It looked like a pretty good attempt by Ulloa. Just great defense by Mignanelli.
So 11-5 the lead inside the final, or approaching the final 30 seconds. A very big hill to climb now for Ulloa.
And Mignanelli doesn't have to force anything. He's got a 6-point lead. He's just got to stay in good position. But here comes Ulloa, and he can give
3.
He can give that up.
Stall warning on Mignanelli.
Great effort.
Yeah, John Mignanelli After losing the D2 final last year and winning it back at 23, he is two-time county champion in a huge shout out there to Jonathan Yaloa, battling through the injury to make it a competitive bout.
Absolutely. You hope that he can get to the state tournament and he can fix whatever is wrong with his knee in 2 weeks. They have some time because he's a gamer. If his knee was fine, that match is probably a little bit closer.
We had the 144, the hometown boy, Devin Polizzi out of Cold Spring Harbor, the #1 seed, taking on Diego Villasis from North Shore. Little North Shore battle here between these two. Polizzi, another one. He's only a junior, and he's got 96 career wins. How about 27-7 on the year this year? And
great season.
yeah,
25, both of them, 25-9 and 27-7. A lot of winning.
A year ago, Polizzi beat Dom Agavino to win the D2 title at 131. This year, placed second at both the Manhasset Invitational and the Knights Classic out in Uniondale. Back in 24, he was a runner-up at 116, pinned by Clark's Richard King.
Another one, just like we said, the past couple of kids that has a lot of experience.
And Villasis as well, the senior we mentioned, 25-9. Jackson Adiago from Seaford, well, he pinned him in the dual meet semis. We talked about Harold Warren before, got a major decision over him. He finished second at 144 in the battle for the belt at Syosset, third at 144 at the Charles McCullough Memorial Tournament.
Yeah, both these wrestlers very active. It was already a takedown attempt by Polizzi. Velasquez, great defense. See, Velasquez has another pretty heavy knee brace on his right knee. See if that comes into play here. Both guys firing takedowns off him. I like the action so far. Velasquez extended here. You don't want to be on your belly. Polizzi looking to step over, hook that ankle. But Velasquez, if he gets his head up, he can try to score here. He's going to have to get to his feet. There he goes, but nice kick away by Polizzi. A lot of action so far. Nice single by Polizzi. He's got to pull him in and see if he pulls him all the way back to the middle.
He does. Good work by him. And he'll get the takedown.
That's great technique for a single leg right there. Textbook. Velasquez wants to try to get out of bounds if he can and get a fresh start. But now Polizzi's got a half Nelson in. See if he got back points there. He got 3 back points.
So the lead now extends to 6-0.
That's why you always wrestle till the ref blows the whistle. You never know.
Now if you're Velasquez, you at least want to get a point.
Yeah, he's got to try to end the period on his feet here. See what he does.
And Polizzi obviously wants to do the opposite, keep him down. With 10 seconds left, it's not likely you'll get a stall warning here.
No, Velasquez, he's got to get his wrist out here first, and let's see. Now he got it out. Let's see if he can get one. Oh, but Polizzi very smart there, dropping to an ankle.
So Devin Polizzi, Cold Spring Harbor, right? Is there, listen, both of these guys in this tournament have wrestled on these mats a lot, but is there a little bit of an advantage? You're always looking for something here, just the comfort level of being at home here?
Absolutely. This is his gym. He's wrestled here before, as you said. You know, his house is a few minutes from here. It's not a long commute. You know that anything that you can do, you know, to give yourself the right, you know, mind frame, mindset, it helps. So it's definitely in his favor.
There's a shot by Velasquez.
On the edge then.
Polizzi still in. And Velasquez trying to get himself back in.
Right here, he should be looking to get out of bounds to get a fresh start. But again, with that one foot in, it's a game changer. He could still score. Now he's getting back points with 1 foot in, even though their shoulder blades are out.
So 4 more. You can see that right here on your camera. As first it was the takedown, then it was the back points. So 7 was scored there for the 1 point for the escape.
The 1 foot in, it's totally changed, the sport. You can just be aggressive from all areas. We've seen that a lot today.
And now you're a takedown away from a tech fall.
Yep. And back points here.
Yeah, here it is.
See if he tries to get the pin.
And he gets it. So on his home mat, Devin Polizzi, good sportsmanship there as picking up Diego Velasquez as he wins a 2nd straight county championship. Won it at 131 last year and this year at 144.
Another kid, just a lot of experience, looking to do some damage up in Albany.
Win number 97 for his career.
Another one closing in on 100.
Go on to 150 as Marcus Hodeling. We've certainly seen him before as well. The number 1 seed out of Locust Valley. You see his journey here, both via pins. And Matthew Grossman with a tight win in the semifinals over Giannis Thomas from Seaford after that tech fall over Robert Jackson.
Yeah, it looks like Hodeling, he hasn't even wrestled a full match yet, or a full period. Quick pins.
He's a junior, Marcus Hodeling, 43 and 33 overall, 16 and 7 this year. Grossman on the North Shore, 20 and 10 overall. For Hodeling a year ago, or excuse me, last year he finished 2nd, pinned by Plain Edge's Kyle Carter in 1 minute and 14 seconds at 145. So another one of these guys who has been here before and literally been on this mat.
Yep, looking to take the next step. Both guys built well. Look, strong athletes. Looks like it's going to be a good one.
Watch out, right in your living room almost.
Grossman is one for stalling there, for just backing off the mat. Refs don't want to see that. They want to see them try to circle and get their butt back to the middle. Now he's taking ground here. Good defense by Hodeling. Solid.
And there's the first 3 points for the takedown. Hodeling pinned Jaden Mahoney out of Island Trees at 157 in a dual meet earlier this year. Placed 5th at 150 at the 57th East Meadow Holiday Tournament.
He's got a cross wrist ride in here. Look, Grossman's got to build his base or he's going to get hit for stalling. That's what the ref Dion Visconti's looking for right now. He's looking for Grossman to build his base.
Approaching the final 30 seconds here of period number 1.
See if Hodeling does something with that wrist, maybe try to push it out, try to work an arm bar in. He's not having much success with it, but Grossman's got to present himself. He can't stay on his belly.
Hodeling just kind of bouncing around, showing that he's the more active of the two, and as it results, that is the 2nd stall, so that is a point now given to Hodeling.
Yeah, Grossman's got to get going here.
And that no doubt will be the message from his coaches after a 4-0 first period. So Grossman won the coin toss, deferred to the 3rd, and Hodeling shows bottom.
See if Grossman can get something going from top.
You can see Hodling just kind of trying to scamper out.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to stand up, but Grossman did a great job clamping him. Let's see maybe this time if Hodling tries to sit out, try to change direction on the guy, because it seems Grossman is very, very strong if he just tries to go straight ahead. Trying to stand up now, see if he can push back to his base here, get that foot out, but he's got his wrist trapped by Grossman, so it's very hard to complete that move. Right now he's just basing out. He's got to move more. He's got to clear his hips. Nice roll there. Right to an armbar. Let's see if he can transition here.
So the 2-point for the reversal.
Armbar here. This is trouble.
And
Grossman.
Now some back points.
See if he can transition. He's a little high. He wants to get chest to chest. Great job by Grossman rolling through.
So give him 4. So Hodling now 10-0 the lead.
Yeah, it's a great transition from the wrist roll right into. He kept the arm trapped right to an armbar.
Inside the final minute of the second period.
Ref again is going to be looking for Grossman to build his base.
Now, of the two, Hodling has like double the all-time wins than Grossman, has been here before. So that experience in these kind of situations is huge.
Absolutely. He's been here before. He understands the situation, and you use that experience to your advantage.
Good job by Hodling there, just spinning around, staying in.
Another armbar again. Great technique.
Yeah, if it worked the first time, why not let it go again? 4 more.
Yep.
And now Hodling a point away from being a county champion. And now if you're Grossman, what are you going to pick, right? Maybe neutral here. You don't want to.
Neutral. You don't want to be underneath him.
Yeah, exactly.
He goes chop. So he's got to have a turn now, because if Hodling gets out, it's over.
That's why I was surprised at this. I thought maybe you go neutral because.
Unless he has something in his back pocket he hasn't used.
Well, now's the time, if so. And there's the escape and the win as Marcus Hodling is your county champion at 150 pounds.
A solid positioning, all 3 areas.
Congratulations to Hodling and on Grossman as well for a terrific season. We head to 157 now, and we take a look at the bracket. The top seed, Brock Conway, a guy who lost in this county final a year ago, and 152 to Luke Nieto out of Plain Edge. And then Gavin Peely, another Cold Spring Harbor guy as well. So hoping this Matt, that comfort level extends here to a county championship. He comes in as a number 3 seed, 26-18 overall, 17-10 this year. Conway, a sophomore with 70 career wins. How about a 32-4 season for Brock?
Great season, 32-4, and he's got 70 wins already as a 10th grader. That's impressive.
So slightly delayed here as we await to align the two bouts, which gives us a chance. We'll maybe take a look back again at the bracket and dissect a little bit and see how these guys got here. And
Lots of pins.
Yeah. Well, also a bye, which never hurts, right? For Conway. You thought the same would be beneficial to Nicolopoulos at the bottom of your screen out of Oyster Bay, the 2 seed, but then Peely with the pin in 1:45 in the semifinals, and Conway. So the fresher of the two, certainly, because he didn't, even though Peely had the pin against Aiden Russo, to have that bye, I'd imagine, is huge for him.
Yeah, it's the double-edged sword. Sometimes if you're wrestling just one match and it looks like you had a tech fall and just at the beginning of the second period, sometimes you're not fresh and ready. Sometimes having more matches, it kind of gets the kinks out, and you're more ready to go as the later rounds go on, because you get your rust off. So we'll see. It could go either way.
Conway, the top seed, a guy we mentioned before, lost to Nieto on this mat a year ago. Had a big win over, or pinned, Angad Singh from Island Trees in the dual meet championships in 118. A guy who finished third at 165 at the Manhasset Invitational earlier in the year. See that a lot, right? Guys at a heavier weight early in the year. A lot of guys drop back to a lower weight by the end.
Right. In December, they get a 2-pound allowance that gets tacked on to the weight. So then kids start at a higher weight. Then around Christmas time, January, New Year, they drop down because they add on those two pounds, which everyone loves.
Well, Conway wasting no time.
Yeah, he's very athletic. Excellent technique there on that takedown.
See Peely trying to get to his feet.
They're doing a good job in creating motion. Great job.
Yeah, there's the escape point.
Nice high crotch off the underhook.
Oh, my.
Crackdown position. Very athletic, Conway. Trying going big here, looking for a cradle, see if he can get his hands locked. He's letting it fly. Yeah, exciting.
Kevin, these guys are wrestling like they're 103 pounds.
You love this. This is what the fans want to see. The high flying, executing technique, not holding back.
Second takedown of the first period gives Conway the 6-1 lead.
See if he tries a turn from the top here, just intentional release, which is what he does. You can tell he's very comfortable on his feet, Conway. Rightly so. He's extremely athletic. It's a nice single leg, cuts it across. Very nice finish there to his back. Outstanding.
Yes. So after the intentional escape point given to Peely, now some back points here for Conway.
He's going to kind of circle to his head here, try to get the pin. You'll see him walk to his head to try to pull the arm and flatten Peely's.
And there it is. Brock Conway.
Impressive. 10th grader, too. He's going to be around.
Makes up for that loss last year in the county championship to win this one. He will be fun to watch up in Albany, that is for sure. Career win number 71. We head now to 165. And these Seaford coaches, they might as well just keep up keep the same seats, because again, another guy here in the county finals, Tom Miranda, the number 3 seed, a slight upset, a tight win in the semifinals against Neil Reichman out of Wheatley in that 2-3 matchup. And Chris Barbara, a couple of pins for him in quick succession as well.
Yeah.
He has operated very quick here.
Yeah, not a lot of time on the mat. I'm sure that semifinals, 7-6, I'm sure that was a barn burner. I'm sure that was exciting to watch.
As we're waiting the start of this one, you had talked about that Miranda Reichman match. Reichman hit with a couple of stall calls in that one, and you had the early lead from Miranda with the reversal and the near fall in the second period. Actually, Reichman took the early lead with the first period takedown. And then Reichman got right back into it. Another takedown, which now it's 6-6. And then at 106, the escape point from Miranda was the difference.
Yeah, like we said before, wrestling whistle to whistle. You don't take anything for granted. You got to try to train yourself to do that, and the coaches do a great job in the practice room putting these kids in these situations. Down by a point, 30 seconds, up by a point, 30 seconds. You got to hold them down. You got to get out. You're losing by 3. You need a takedown. So all these situations that these kids are in, in these matches, whether it's a county semifinal or a county championship or even a state semifinal or a state championship, they want to practice them so that they're ready and they're not panicking. They're relaxed and they're able to execute, which is what you want at these stages.
Chris Barber from Oyster Bay, the junior, 68 and 34. Overall, 28 and 10 this season. We mentioned Angad Singh from Island Trees. Well, he got a pin in 47 seconds in a dual meet back on January 24th. The guy who finished 4th at the Ted Peterson at 165. And Miranda had a big pin over James Wu from North Shore in 251 in a dual meet. He's 32 and 21 overall, 11 and 3 this season. So experience-wise, it's advantage for Barbara, but for Miranda, you're in that room, a championship room, right? With so many terrific wrestlers who we've seen here. So maybe that nullifies that
right. As the old,
advantage.
yeah, the old saying goes, iron sharpens iron, you know, so hopefully he's a product of that. So I'm sure he is. He wouldn't be here if he wasn't.
So here we go.
Trying to try to cow catcher home run type thing. He's got to try to step in front. He's going to end up on his back.
And Miranda went aggressive, trying to get the takedown, but
He tried to go the back way instead of the front way.
Yeah.
Barbara was not having it. Now he's trying to cradle.
so Barbara gets the takedown. First points on the board.
Miranda's got to watch his back here because he's on bottom. And I was going to get caught on his back. Barbara's got to adjust. Now he's in trouble. He wants to try to put his chest on Miranda's chest. Instead of using his shoulder, he's got to get his chest on his chest and his head up. Can't let that arm pass. Now he's on chest, and he's got to be on his toes. His head has to be up. If that hits the mat, he can be rolled. Great fight by Miranda.
He is fighting for his life here.
Barber needs to circle to his right and get his left elbow down if he can, but he's in a tough situation here. See if he drives in. Great transition to the arm bar. Now double arm bars. Miranda's in trouble here. Again, Miranda, what a fight.
20 seconds.
Let's see for toughness. They're not going to go over. Now it's tight.
Oh, he got out of it.
See if you can muster a reversal here.
Wow. So first the back points go to Barber, then 2 for the reversal.
A lot of action there at the end.
Yeah.
Miranda was, he avoided disaster there by the end of the first period because Barber had his head. He was pulling him through and his shoulders were stuck on the mat. That would have been a pin if there was 5 more seconds.
So Barber got, at the very end of that period, that 2-point reversal, 9-2.
Now Coach Taxaris is questioning the points there.
And now if this was college, you throw a brick on the mat, and you go to the monitor.
We're not there yet. It's coming. I would not be surprised if it has not come down the pipe at some point with high school, because you want these calls done right. But Miranda, impressive. No quitting him.
And he's got like his entire team over to the side of the mat here as an extra coach, some more moral support here.
Absolutely. Every bit helps. Now he's in trouble. He's got to get his hips up. Barber is very, very tall for this weight class. It's hard to control him with legs. If he pops his head, he's going to have points. Now he's back in that position again.
A couple of pins to get here and another pin to win a county championship. Chris Barbara gets the win. Congratulations to Chris on this win. We'll take a quick break here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Snap more than the ball? We've got specialists for that. Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Orlin and Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better, faster.
And back here at Cold Spring Harbor, Dylan Butler, Kevin Shippos, our entire varsity media crew. It's the Nassau D2 Championships here on a Valentine's Day Saturday. We will head to 175 now, as you've got, this is the one weight class where it wasn't chalk, if you will, right? You've got James Wu out of North Shore, the number 4 seed, taking on Sebastian Mayer, the number 7 seed. So the favorites, they got knocked out earlier than expected.
AC Mayer, he upset the 2 seed Lynch in the first round.
Yeah, he beat 2 and then 3. So talk about home cooking, right, for Mayer here at Cold Spring Harbor.
That's using your surroundings to your advantage, absolutely there.
Mayer 42-25 overall, 12-5 on the season. Wu, a relative novice, if you will, 13-9 overall, with 11 of those wins coming this year.
He's a quick study here. If this is his first year wrestling, great.
That said, though, as we do our research, he did pick up a 9-3 decision over Mayer.
Wow.
In a dual meet back on January 13th.
Just goes to say, if it's his first year, it's never too late to pick up a sport, and you fall in love with it, and you learn it, and
this is one of those situations where it feels like, look, 11 wins on the year, but he also beat Neil Richmond from Wheatley, and we've seen him on our brackets as well. So it's more about the quality than the quantity.
Absolutely.
For James Wu.
You got to be in it to win it, as they say, and he's in it. So we'll see what happens here.
And these are two, again, because you go back to January 13th, they know each other, and they know their moves.
That's the great thing about the sport is you wrestle a guy a lot of times, even once they know what you're going to do. You got to try to, counteract it and find something else to try to get him off balance, to try to take him down and win.
So here we go. Wu from North Shore, Mayer here from Cold Spring Harbor. This is the 175 pounds championship. What we do know, there's a lot of unknowns, Kevin, but what we do know is we're going to have a new county champion here during this match.
That's a great thing. You want kids, you have guys who are repeating multiple-time county champions, but it's also a first time, for some of these kids too, which is great.
So not the explosive start as we just saw. Wu sort of took a shot.
Yeah, both guys are holding really good position, not really moving around too much. We're getting to the bigger weights, so the guys, tend to slow down a little bit, hold position. There's a lot of different strategies and tactics with the sport. Mayer likes wrist control here, and Wu's kind of shutting him off here. Let's see if he can get to his offense.
Yeah, as much of this, as this sport is about physicality, it's also very much a chess match.
Absolutely. You go out there, the saying is you don't want to worry about what your opponent's going to do. You want to worry about what you're going to do. Yeah, there's things you have to be aware of, but your style really shouldn't change from match to match. You have your style, and you try to enforce it on your opponent every single time out there.
I think I've heard you say something similar when we have our conversations ahead of a football game, right? Let's worry about us.
Absolutely. Football's the ultimate team game, and this is an individual sport that's very special and unique. But both of them, you have a battle plan, and you go out and you try to execute it.
No scoring as of yet, heading inside the final 10 seconds of period number 1. It'll be interesting to see here with the coin flip what strategy is utilized there. As Mayer forces Wu out of bounds, here is the flip. And they're going to say Mayer wins it. He's going to choose bottom. So quickly to his feet was Mayer.
See if he can cut through. Wu's got to try to return him and let some intentional release there.
So the first point on the escape goes to Mayer.
See if one of these two starts to pick up their pace here, try a little more action, try to get to a committed shot here. Instead of just grabbing wrists here, trying to shut the other guy off.
Certainly a slower pace than we just had in the previous match where there was about 15 points scored by now.
Yeah, it's interesting to try to figure out the strategy. Both guys are just really holding position. Wu was the only one who's kind of took a half-hearted attack back in the first period. Seems like Mayer's okay with just holding position. He might be thinking, I'll get on top in the third period. Now he might be strong in the top position.
And then in that point, on the other side of it, Wu is like, all right, I'll take bottom, I'll get the escape, and we're back even here. Final 30 seconds of period number 2. Just that one escape point, the difference, and that was on that start of the second period.
It looks like Mayer's starting to measure and get closer to Wu, but he hasn't pulled the trigger and fired off an attack.
Wu takes a look over at the board, sees 10 seconds.
He could be game planning for a shot right at the end of the period, but he's running out of time here. You see that strategy a lot when the kids try to get a takedown at the end of the period so the bottom wrestler has no time to get out.
And the North Shore coaches tell Wu, we're taking bottom here. Which is certainly what we expected.
Absolutely.
Again, you go back to January 13th, it was Wu with a 9-3 decision over Mayer. That was in a dual meet. Little did we know at that point, we'd see a preview of the county championship.
Much less scoring, though.
Yeah.
Good ride by Mayer so far, but Wu's been shown the ability to get to his feet. He's going to have to stop his motion, Mayer. False start there.
Yeah, false start there.
Actually, Tim, the referee took it. He blamed it on him. Did not penalize Wu there. Mayer doing a good job pressuring forward, but now Wu's coming to his feet. He's got good hand control. Let's see if he can commit.
That's a good job by Mayer there, too, just to force the action out of bounds.
Mayer's going to get hit for stall there because the ref, Tim Moran, saying that he's pushing him out, avoiding wrestling. So it's not a point yet, but he does have a stall call, so he's got to be careful here.
And that's another way with that Wu could, as there's now a caution.
Caution on Wu.
And Wu gets the escape point. We are tied at 1.
We're in the third period. Now let's see if the pace picks up because this is the last period here. Maybe want to avoid overtime. So maybe one of these two will start picking up their action, take multiple shots.
Well, we would like to avoid overtime.
Wu should know that Mayer has a stall.
Yeah.
So he could force the action and maybe get a point, stall point, without getting a takedown. but he doesn't look like he's forcing the action here too much.
And the Cold Spring Harbor bench saying to force the action for Mayer.
See what happens here. 30 seconds. Somebody's going to pick. There's Wu again. Nice shot. He's got to finish, though. Got to get his chest up and his trail leg up. Good extension by Mayer. See if Wu shoots again. If he shoots again, he might get a stall call here on Mayer.
10 seconds.
They're telling him to shoot to try to get a stall call here.
Mayer trying to get the takedown late, and we are now in that sudden victory situation.
Interesting here is that stall call on Mayer carries over into overtime. So if he gets hit for stalling, Wu will win. But Wu has to pick up the action. He's got to fire off multiple attempts. But Mayer's shown the ability to get to Wu's legs. Nice slide by. If he get his hand to the mat, he'll win. Headlock by Mayer. Wu's got to pop his head.
And the back points, and Mayer is the county champion. What a run to the county championship for the underdog.
Beautiful slide by attempt. Great reaction by Mayer.
And a great reaction by his teammates, absolutely mobbing Sebastian Mayer. Wow. Congratulations to Sebastian Mayer for his first county championship. We now head to 190, where it's Max Steichman, the top seed out of Island Trees, taking on Alex Ikowitz, the number 3 seed from North Shore. You see Dykman, he got the bye in the quarterfinals, and then a pin over Justin Feldman, his teammate at Island Trees, in that 1-4 matchup, and then Ikowitz gets the win over the 2nd seed, Tom Vidro out of Oyster Bay, 5-1 in the semifinals. And here we go at 190. These two met back on December 17th, Kevin, and it was Dykman with a pin in a minute 23.
See what happens today. It's a different day.
And you talk about a senior looking for career win number 100. Well, if he gets this in the county final, it's number 99.
Another one, get your 100 win upstate. Great stall.
98-31 overall for Dykman. 34-8 on the season for the Island Trees senior.
Great defense by Dykman. See if he can convert. Ikowitz has to get to his knees a little too late. Now armbar. Nice transition here by Dykman.
Yeah, 3 for the takedown.
Dykman trying to run an armbar here. Ikowitz is very long. He's trying to sit up around him. He's got to be careful here. Dykman's still in control.
As now they both are out of bounds. Dykman, a guy who finished 2nd at the Murphy Jukione Shoreline Classic, finished 2nd at Ted Peterson as well. Ikowitz took 2nd at the Manhasset Invitational this year. 19-9 overall for Ikowitz, 17-9 this season.
Another armbar by Dykman. See if he can turn him this time. Now he's going weak side.
And you can hear the instructions by the legendary Rob Shaver, who's made the transition from Plain Edge to his alma mater, as you mentioned, Island Trees.
Great coach. See if he can finish it this time, get some points. He's got to drive straight over the top of his head, which is what he's trying to do. Well executed there. Now he's scoring. See if he can get the pin. Great bridge by Ikowitz. A lot of flexibility there.
And now Dykeman, a situation where if you can get him on his back, trying to get chest to chest. But there is the pin for Dykeman. Second time this year pinning Ikowitz, and this time it's for the county championship. Max Dykeman, he's got 99 wins and a county championship in his resume. Congratulations to Max Dykeman from Island Trees. We head now to 2:15. And it's the top two seeds making their way here. Liam Roberts and Chris Parisi. Roberts and Parisi both with pins in the quarters and the semis. So maybe a lot of action we should expect here as well.
With the bigger boys, you do see more pins than with the lighter weights. Not uncommon. So Parisi's a freshman. You don't usually see freshmen at this weight.
Yeah, so you had mentioned earlier, and I was kind of waiting for this opportunity. You see the freshmen in the 103s and the 110s, but this is a big boy for 215.
Right, yeah, this weight class and the 285 weight class is usually dominated by upperclassmen. See Parisi, he's not afraid to get after it.
Now this is another return match between these two. Roberts took an 8-1 decision over Parisi in a dual meet back on January 16th.
Parisi's got to pop his head. Now he's got the ankle secured. Great. He is not afraid of this spotlight, that's for sure. Showing great maturity for a freshman.
Yeah, give Parisi 3 points for the takedown.
Trying to front trip. Great balance by Roberts there, looking to score. Neutral. Good action for big boys so far.
Didn't get a chance to mention, but before an additional weight class this year, 14 instead of the 13 from previous years.
Got a headlock here by Parisi. Nice. See if he can finish it. Great roll through by Roberts. Wow. And now Parisi's going to end up on his back. Now this is about positioning here.
Final 30 seconds.
Both guys throwing haymakers here.
Yeah, a lot of points here that's going to be calculated.
That's what the assistant ref is for. The ref throws up the points and the assistant ref makes sure the table has it correct.
Yeah, so you got Parisi 3 points for the takedown, 2 for the reversal for Roberts, and 2 for the back points. All of those added up means Parisi's up by 1 heading into period number 2.
They might want to check the table here.
Yeah, I think there were some more points right on the board. And that's part of that discussion right now.
They should be, whatever is official on the computer or the bout sheet is what the official score is, not necessarily what's on the scoreboard. So whatever the bout sheet, wherever they're using the bout sheet, that the person should be collecting the points as the referee throws them up. And they should be going to that for the correct score.
And what you like here is, you know, again, it's part of the discussion. We're going to go over it again, and we had these points here and those points there.
Especially when they happen early in seconds. It's very hard.
So that resulted in, that conversation resulted in those 2 additional points.
Right, because you don't want to stop the match and say, all right, where are the points? You want to keep going, and the table should be the ones that are recording the points, because you have a bout score and then the person who's keeping the clock and the actual score on the monitor there.
That's it. They were a ton of points.
Yeah, and whoever is keeping the official score on the bout sheet is the official score. They should be the ones that tell the scoreboard what the score is.
All right, so we start period number 2 with an 8-5 lead for Parisi. And again, you go back just about a month or so ago, Parisi was only able to get 1 point.
He made a lot of adjustments in that 1 point. Great, a lot of action.
So Parisi, 3 points on the takedown.
It seems like Roberts is getting in on his attacks. He's just not finishing through. And Parisi is a great scrambler for a big man. He's got great hips, very athletic. Got to come off his knees now. Give him the one.
So Roberts gets the escape point. (11-6) lead for Parisi inside the final minute of the second period.
Let's see if Parisi with the 5-point lead is going to keep up the pace here. He's going to try to let Roberts come to him because Roberts is down 5. He's going to have to open up here.
And there's a shot.
Head is down, though, between the legs. You want to try to pop his head to the outside, which he's doing now. Lift. Good technique there.
Yeah, 3 points for the takedown.
See if he can transition this for a turn at the end of the second. Conditioning also starts to become a factor here, too. Still have one whole period to go.
(11-9) the lead for Parisi as we head to period 3.
I'd say momentum favors Roberts right now. We'll see.
And the choice is bottom for Roberts.
Escape takedown. He's in the lead. Even a reversal will tie. This guy's looking a little tired right now.
There's a lot of energy
Oh, yeah.
exerted there.
Should be an exciting 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Roberts trying to roll. Almost got caught on his back. He got one swipe there. Roberts should just be looking for an escape here, nothing more, and try to get a takedown to win it. Might be trying to get his breath back, Roberts, but he's carrying another 250-pound guy on his back. It's kind of hard. Rolling isn't going to work. He's got to get to his base and then get to his feet. Parisi with the armbar here, he's in position to score.
And there's a stall warning.
Referee Matt Gaynor thought that Parisi should have come off the hips. He's too much straight on top of him. If he's got a pinning combination, he should come out to the side, which he had an armbar.
Now the equipment situation gives him another few seconds to get his breath back.
See if Roberts hits an explosive stand-up or something off the whistle here to try to get some motion going. There's a stand-up, no hand control there. He's got to get hand control. Parisi forcing that armbar. I like it.
I think a little bit too early to check the clock, though.
Yeah. Potentially dangerous call there. He had an armbar from his feet. They want to stop that. Yeah, the freshman move there, looking at the clock too soon. Freshman move. He'll learn that.
So just inside the final minute.
Roberts again, no hand control. Now he's giving up 2 back points, trying to roll. Parisi in great spot here, and with the armbar now. The ref is holding 2 points because Parisi still has a pinning combination on him. Once he breaks that, he'll award the 2 points for Parisi, which he does.
There it is. So
Call potentially dangerous again here. All right, takedown ties it. No setup, though, by Roberts. He's got to get a fresh start here. Parisi's going to stall it out.
Stalemate.
No action there, stalemate. He's going to have 15 seconds. He's got to get his best up. See if he has enough gas in the tank.
Now's the time for Roberts.
This is where conditioning comes into play.
And Parisi had the stall warning just moments ago. Parisi just circling. There's the stall point, which he'll give up here, but if Roberts can get it late, nothing there. The freshman, Chris Parisi, is a county champion at 215 pounds. Congratulations to Chris Parisi.
Unbelievable maturity and concentration and just will to win there for such a young kid. Good match.
And now we head to the heavyweights. 285 pounds. The top seed from Island Trees, Freddie Lemus, the junior, taking on Lincoln Shaw from Cold Spring Harbor. 1 versus 2. And you mentioned it before, you not only get buys here, but you also get a lot of pins from the big boys.
A lot of pins, a lot of buys. Not a lot of teams have 285 pounders, so those weight classes you see have less kids in them. The big boys, and once they're put on their back, it's hard to get off. I know from experience. You know, it's tough.
Lemus, the junior, 74 career wins, 37-3 on the year this year.
Great year, only 11th grade.
And Shaw with 23 wins this year, took second at the Knights Classic over at Uniondale, took third at Manhasset.
I was saying before, just because this is, D2, the county championship, they do a lot of work and competition with the D1 kids. So it's not like these kids just compete against each other all year. They go against the D1 kids as well. It's great for experience and wrestling those kids. And if you want to be good, you want to wrestle real good kids.
It's also 2 different body types within the 285-pound weight class.
It's anybody, they say that's another cliche with wrestling. Anybody can wrestle, no matter what the weight class is. You have guys that are real tall, guys that are real stocky and short, but everybody has their own, their own build, their own style, and that's why it's a great sport. You can, you get out of it what you put into it. Nice step down there by Lemus. Good hips. Child's extended, and there's their 3.
Yeah, so the first point scored, Lemus for the takedown.
Now he's got an arm bar in. These Island Trees wrestlers, a lot of them, they're very, very, very good with the arm bar. You can tell they're well coached.
I was going to say, was that a Shaver influence there?
Sure it was. The Plainheads guys were outstanding in their own right. They were a big arm bar team. An arm bar, it's a very powerful move. It's safe if you do it the right way, and you can score a lot of points with it.
And now 3 back points for Lemus as well. So he's got a 6-0 lead here in the closing seconds of the first period.
Chastain trying to wrist roll.
So Cha won that toss, defers to the third period, and Shaver points over to Lemus that we will take down here.
I'll say both these guys are built pretty well. I'm sure they got some records in the weight room, that's for sure. Impressive strength by both guys.
And Lemus gets to his feet, gets the escape point. He's got a 7-0 lead now. Well, we have a chance. I want to thank the folks here at Cold Spring Harbor for all their help, and what a great venue for this Nassau D2 Championship.
Yeah, this gym is it's incredible. Great facilities here.
Yeah, Athletic Director Mike Bongino and his entire staff, just a class operation.
Nice run double. Watch out over there.
You think it's nice to have a a seat up close to the action.
I'd be behind the caution tape if I was those girls over there. Could still get the video just in just as good a quality.
That's still a 285-pound train comes your way.
That could have been bad. Nice snap down again by Lemus. He's real good with that. See if he transitions here. He's got to spin, collect the hips. And again, Cha get his head up.
Oh,
That's
Cha gets the other way.
Oh, he's got that 1 foot in. He's got that 1 foot in.
Cha 3 for the takedown, looking for the pin, and he gets it! Lincoln Cha, a county champion at 285, and Kevin Shippos, this is what makes this sport so great.
You're never out of it until the whistle blows. Keep wrestling. And we've seen all you need is literally 1 foot in. You know, that rule has really taken shape and taken over the sport, you know, and definitely for the better because you're never out of it.
Freddie Lemus appeared to be under control, and then Cha, in a matter of seconds.
You never stop wrestling. That's the old cliche, you know, in the sport. You never stop, whistle to whistle.
And he gets the congratulations from his teammates in the wrestling room. What a win for Lincoln Cha. He is a county champion as a junior. Well, Kevin, this has been fun, and we will transition to Hofstra tomorrow. You and I will have the Nassau Division I. So many great storylines there. The Massapequa angle. Dunia Sibumana as well from Long Beach. Always entertaining, and we have some great wrestling on hand, no doubt, tomorrow. But this was fun.
Absolutely, it always is. Anytime you can, you know, have two guys on the line and putting it all out there, you know, they're respected just for getting out there. It is a tough sport, and to wrestle in these environments and you know, feel the pressure and be willing to, you know, risk it all. It's great. It's a tribute to these kids and these coaches, and it's awesome to be here and watch it.
So that'll do it for us from Cold Spring Harbor. For our entire Varsity Media crew, our executive producer, Ben Turchin. For our technical director and camera operator, and the guy who brings the Sour Patch Kids, Chris Sweeney. For my broadcast partner, Kevin Shippos, Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from Cold Spring Harbor. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow from Hofstra for the D1 Finals right here on the Varsity Media Sports